Today I'm going to show you how I made this hat here, and in a later video I will show you how I did the flower like I have on that front stock photo. But you can really modify how curly you want these to be, how long you want them to be, based on your own personal preferences, just by adding or decreasing the amount of chains that you have when we get to that flat portion. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, I'm using a size I crochet hook. We will start by making a slip stitch. If you don't know how to do that, I just kind of grab some like this. Short end is right here, and I twist it, and then I put my fingers through the twisted loop there, and then I bring the short end up. I grab it with my fingers, and I pull it through. When I pull this, the short end here is going to make that a little smaller there, and I'm going to go ahead and put my crochet hook in through there and shorten it to just fit around there. Go ahead and chain 3, so I wrap it around, pull it through, and I'm not doing a tight stitch, but it's not super loose either. So now I have chain 3. Next, I want you to double crochet in the 3rd chain from the hook. So the very first one that you did, wrap your yarn around, insert your hook into that first chain, wrap around, pull up, wrap around, pull through 2, wrap around, pull through that last 2, and you have your first double crochet. We're going to do 10 of those total. I just did the one in that same chain. So there is 1. Here comes 2. I'll speed up here a little bit. 2. And then I've got 3. And then 4. 5. 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 10. Now you can see it's just kind of starting its own little circle there. This is going to be the top of the hat. I'm going to go ahead and just double count because I always like to double check my work. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus those first 2 chains that I started with. So what I want you to do then is go ahead and slip stitch into that first double crochet, not the chain 2, but the top of the first double crochet. So I'm going to insert my hook into both of those loops and then wrap my thread around and pull through both of those. So now I kind of joined that there. I'm just going to make that bigger so I can show you. And on the back end, I have my beginning of the thread. I'm just going to pull that tight to cinch up that center of where the top of that hat is going to be. Okay, so now we're ready to start our next round. So go ahead and chain 2. This is not going to count as our first double crochet, and it won't for any of the rows. It was chain 2. Next, I want you to do 2 double crochet in each of the previous double crochet. So I have 10 double crochets here. You're going to do 2 in each one. That'll give you 20 for this round. So go ahead and 2 double crochet in each previous row double crochet. So there's 1, 2 in that loop, and then I'm on to, this is my number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, and 8, 9, there's 10, and 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, 16, 17, 18, last one, 19, and 20 will complete that there. So again, I'm going to double check and double count my work. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, plus my original chain 2. Now go ahead and join this here to the first double crochet of this round. Skip the chain 2. So top of the first double crochet, insert your hook, wrap around and pull through both of those to complete that round. So our third round, again, we're going to chain 2 to start it. This will not count as that first double crochet. This is just a chain 2. And next, then you're going to put 1 double crochet in this first stitch, the same one that you're joined into here. And then you're going to do 2 double crochet in the next one. So you're going to do a pattern. It's going to be 1 double crochet in the first stitch, 2 in the next, 1 in the following one, 2 in the following. So every other, you're doing 1 stitch, 2 stitch, 1 stitch, 2 stitches all the way around. So I've got 1. Next I'll put 2 in this stitch. Okay, so there was 2 in that one. Now I'm doing 1 in the following. And then my pattern will give me 2 for the next. So there's 1 and 2. And then I'll have 1 in the next. And then 2 in this one. And there's 2. And then a double crochet, just one of them. And then 2 in the next. And there's that second one. And then I'll have a single double crochet. And then we're putting 2 double crochet in this one. And then 1 double crochet. And then 2, 1 and a 2. And then a 1. And then 2 double crochet in the next one. And then 1, and then 2, and then a 1, and a 2, and then a 1, and last one, we put 2 in this one. And we will go ahead and count our work. There should be 30. Let's see what we got here. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, and then plus my first chain 2, which doesn't count for anything. Go ahead and slip stitch into that top of that first double crochet of the round, not the chain 2, but the double crochet. So that completes round 3. For the 4th round, go ahead and chain 2 just like we do for the beginning of all the other rounds. It does not count for a double crochet. On this row, we're going to do, there's going to be in each of the next 4 stitches, including this first one, we'll do double crochet in the first one, double crochet in the second one, double crochet in the third one, double crochet in the 4th one. In that 5th stitch, we're going to put 2. So it's going to go double crochet, double crochet, double crochet, double crochet, and then a double. So let's get started. Starting with that first one that we joined with that slip knot, we're going to double crochet in that stitch. Next stitch, we're going to do a double crochet. So that gives me 2. And then next stitch, we're going to do a double crochet. That gives me 3. Next stitch, the 4th one, is another double crochet. Now we're in that 5th one, and I'm going to put 2 double crochets in this one. So I got 1, and I'm going to go back in again for another one. Okay, so then we're going to do another 4 stitches, just 1 for 1, and then on that 5th one we'll do doubles. So I'm just going to count. We've got 1 for 1, we got 2 in that next one, and then we got our 3rd one, again 1 for 1 here, 3. So I've got 1, 2, 3. This is my 4th one, and then I'm on that 5th stitch. I'm going to put 2 double crochet in the same stitch. So there's 1 and there's 2. So now I'm going to do 4 1 for 1s, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on the 5th stitch I'll put 2 in that one. So I'm just going to go 1, next stitch is 2, next stitch is 3, next stitch is 4, and then I'm on my 5th one. I'll put 2 double crochet in this one right here, and then I'm going to repeat that again. I'm going to do 4 double crochets, 1 in each stitch, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Fifth one, I'm putting 2 double crochets in that same stitch. So there's my first one. I'm going back in again for 2 and repeat again. So there's my first. Next stitch gives me 2. Next stitch gives me 3. Next stitch gives me 4. Next stitch, that was 4. My next one is my 5th, so I'm putting 2 in here. So a double crochet, and then I'm going to double up and do another double crochet in that same stitch, and then repeat. This should be the last stretch. So I've got 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4, and it lined up perfectly. I have my 5th stitch, my last one. I'm putting 2 in here, 1 and a 2, and then I will slip stitch to that first double crochet of the round, not the chain 2, but the first double crochet, the top 2 loops, insert, wrap, and pull through to complete that one. So our 5th round, we're going to start to taper now. We're going to just do 1 all the way around. We're not doubling up on any of them. So I'm going to chain 2 to start. It does not count as a stitch. So I'm going to go stitch for stitch, 1 double crochet in each of the previous rows, double crochet. So I should end up, can't talk, I should end up then with 36 all the way around. And you know, I didn't double check that last round. I will check this round, but I'm pretty sure the way that it lined up that it was right on the money. So just 1 double crochet in each of the previous stitches from the previous row. When I finish this round, we will count, and then I will explain then how many rows we need to do for this 0 to 3 month size. Because the next few rows here are going to be just the same. We're just keeping this circumference here of the hat to start to taper it down to fit the baby's head. And so we don't need to do any adjustments for the rest of this portion of the hat. We'll just finish this round, getting closer. These are all just plain double crochets. Insert, wrap, and go through 2 times. Almost done. We're getting closer. Actually, yeah, about halfway done with this round. I'll speed up the camera here so you don't have to watch me do this all day long. It's just 1 double crochet in each of the previous rows, double crochets. All right, I'm to the last stitch. I will go ahead and just double count my stitches to make sure I have the right amount. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, and then that plus that chain 2, that doesn't count for anything. I am right where I need to be. Slip stitch into the top first double crochet that we did to begin that round. So now you can see that the hat is starting to take form. That's kind of where the crown of the head is. And then what we're going to do then is we're going to repeat that round, the previous round that we just did, and we're going to go and do all the way up to 9 rows total. Right now we are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 4 more additional rows. I will just speed up the camera lickety-split so you don't have to watch me do the same thing over and over again. So we'll go ahead then and do those remaining rows and stopping when we get to round 9. All right, so that's the end of the 9th round. I'm going to just double count to make sure I still have 36 stitches. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, plus my chain 2 that doesn't count for anything. I will go ahead and finish this round by slip stitching into the top of that first double crochet of the round to complete that row. We've completed the body of the hat, and we're going to start with that first ear flap. To do that, first I want you to chain 1, and we're going to do half double crochets for this. So go ahead, and we're connected here with this is the first stitch of the previous round. We're going to start then in the next stitch. Okay, so that kind of that second one from the hook here, if you're counting this one here. So half double crochet into that next stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over again, pull up a loop. Now you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over again and pull through all 3 of them. Okay, and then we're going to, let's see here, need 8 altogether. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I have 8 half double crochets plus that chain 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so go ahead and chain 1 and turn. We're going to skip this first stitch here, and we're going to do a half double crochet in that next one. So that gives me there. So now let's see here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to do all except those last 2 stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm going to do a half double crochet here over these next 2 stitches. To do that, yarn over, insert your hook into that next stitch, one closest to your hook there, yarn over, pull up a loop. You have 3 on there, and you're going to repeat. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, which I believe is that chain 1. Yarn over, pull up a loop. Now you have 5 on your hook. Yarn over, go through all of them at the same time. Okay, now we're going to repeat that. So yarn over, pull up 1 loop, or make 1 chain rather, turn your project. We're going to half double crochet into the next stitch, and then we're going to do 2 half double crochets in each of the, or 1 in each of the next 2. So that gives me the chain 1, and then I have 3 half double crochets. Now I'm going to do a decrease over these next 2 stitches. So yarn over, pull up a loop. I have 3, yarn over, pull up a loop on the next stitch. I have 5, yarn over, go through all 5 of them. And then I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to half double crochet in that next stitch. And then I'm going to decrease over those last 2 stitches, just like we did in the previous rows. And then pull through all 5. Okay. And I'm going to just chain 1 to extra secure that a little bit more. So now I have my first little flap there completed. I'm going to leave this as a long thread here now. And then next we're going to work on our next flap. So find the back of your hat, and that's going to be where those chain 2s were in the back. So it's hard to kind of tell, but I can see that's right along here. So I'm going to have that be the back of the hat and this be the front. So next I'm going to count, and I'm going to skip 11 stitches in the front. So first let me get my thread ready so I can join it right away. New thread, make my slip stitch, put it on my hook. So then I'm ready to get started here. I'm skipping 11 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to connect then on that 12th stitch. And to do that, I have my thread. I'm going to do a yarn over and then go through both of those, and I'm going to pull that short end of my slip stitch just to secure that to my hat. And I'm going to repeat what we did for that last flap. Okay, so I think I started out with the chain 1, and then we did a half double crochet in the next one, and we did, I didn't write it down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 half double crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, then we chain 1 and we turn and we half double crochet in that next stitch, not the same stitch, but the next one, and then across until we get to those last 2 stitches, and then we're going to do that half double crochet decrease. And without me writing it down, I always like to count and make sure I'm doing it the same here. Okay, and then I'll do my half double crochet decrease there and here. Okay, chain 1, turn, half double crochet in that next stitch, and then across until you get to those last 2 stitches. Okay, and then onto those last 2, I'm going to do a decrease, yarn over, pull up a loop, I have 3, yarn over, next stitch, pull up a loop, I have 5, go through all of them. Chain 1, turn, half double crochet in that next stitch, and then I'm going to do a decrease over those, is that right? Yeah, decrease over those next. Is that, I'm going to make sure that's even. I think that might. So what I do to make sure it's even is I just kind of put the hat next to itself and it looks like that matches. So I'm going to finish that and do a chain 1. I'm not going to fasten it off yet. Okay, I'll show you why here in a second. So now we're going to make these little curly cues on the ends of the hat, and I want them to be probably about maybe that long. Let's see how many inches that is. I don't know, maybe 8 inches or so is what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start to, on this one flap that I'm currently connected to, I'm just going to start doing some loose chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Let's see where that puts me. I think that looks good enough to me. So I have 25 chains off the end of that one flap here. We'll come back for the other one, don't worry. So I have 25, and what we're going to do is we're going to do, I think we're going to do 3 double crochet in each of the chains, and that's going to make a little curly cue. So I have 25 chains. I'm going to chain 3 more, so I can count that as my first double crochet. So there's 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to do a double crochet in that 4th chain for my hook, and I'm going to do three total in that loop. So there's 1, and here's 2, and here's 3. And if you wanted to do a half double crochet and make the coils not quite so thick, that would be fine, but I'm just choosing to do double crochets. So now that next chain, I'm going to put 3 double crochets in that one. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, next chain, 3 double crochet. 1, 2, 3. Okay, next chain, 3 double crochet. 1, 2, 3. You can see it's already starting to curl. I think that's just such a cool way to add to this hat. Okay, so then we're just going to continue on and putting 3 double crochets in each of the chains. And I will speed up this video, and then I will slow it back down when I get to the end to show you how to connect it to the hat. Okay, so we'll just do All right, so now I'm at that last chain there, and I'm going to just do 3 double crochet in that top stitch, that HDC decrease that we did here, just to add that extra little bit at the end and have a little extra securement. So there's 1, 2, 3. And now go ahead and we're going to slip stitch into this side over here, just really anywhere that you feel it's a good connection. And I'm going to slip stitch into there, and then for right now I'm just going to pull that out, and we're going to see how we're looking here. And sometimes you kind of just got to help this twirl the right way. Okay, so you can see that first ear dangle, I don't know what you want to call it, is complete there. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to fasten this off. So to do that, I'm going to take my yarn, I'll cut off a few inches, and I'm just going to take this, pull it through, and pull it all the way through, and then pull it tight, and then I'll take this string here and I'm going to weave it on the inside of this hat. Just going to pick a few stitches here, bring it this way, and then I'm going to come below it and do the same thing on the row before, just to weave that through so that it doesn't show or fray or anything like that. Just going to go through this whole next row if I can get to where I want to go. Get in there. Okay, and then I'm going to go on one more. Weave it through there. And now I have a decent amount weaved through. I might just come in one more right here, and then I'll just snip that tail off. Okay, I'll cut that tail off. And you can see our first one is complete. I might work with that a little bit to get it to lay a little bit more evenly spun there. But now we're going to repeat the same for that next ear flap. So if you remember, I did 25 chains and then plus those 3 to get started on my double crochets. So got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and then I'm going to chain 3 to get started, and I'm going to do my first double crochet in my 4th chain from the hook, and looks like I'm going to need a connected new thread here. Do that right away. Wrap it around, 4th chain from the hook, 3 double crochets in that particular chain. Okay, 1, and then the loose pieces here, I'm just gonna put those into between there just to secure them. That way I don't have to weave them later. I can just go over them. And that's 2, and then 3 in that first chain. Now I'm going to go to the next chain and repeat just like we did. So 3 double crochet in each chain all the way up to the top. I will fast forward this video for you, and we'll touch base again at the end. All right, so now I connected that into a slip stitch into the base here of that ear flap. I'm going to now fasten off this string here. So I'm going to just pull through, pull it tight, and then I'm going to weave that through the inside of the hat. And then I'm going to go down to the next row just like we did on the other side. All right, and I'll just come down a little bit more, and then I will cut off the excess. All right, so then we'll cut this off. All right, and then let's see what we got going on here. This is where we started that second ear flap. I'm going to just weave that tail into the project so that it doesn't accidentally get frayed and cut and unraveled. And get this through where I want to go here. All right, then I'm going to go through this last stitch, and then I will cut that off. Okay, so what do we got going on here? Get that one to be looping the right way. I don't know, I think it's adorable. What do you think? You can see the spacing of the flaps are so that the shorter spacing here is for the back of the head, a little bit wider for the front. One thing I have done in, excuse me, in the past with these hats, that's kind of a cute little accent. If you have a complementary color that you want to do, you can single crochet around the entire perimeter in a different color, and it really shows these little curly cues because it has that other color to kind of show the difference there. So that is that finished hat. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. I will post some more on different varieties you can do for these tails, such as 4-stranded braids or just different accents that you can use, owl hats, things like that. So I will get working on those things and share those with you once I'm ready. Thank you so much.